folks, did you miss me? It was long 2 days I wasn't here because I was partying too hard. I haven't changed my hairdress, as you may see, and I have a new sticker. Yeah, this one. From the conference I was recently telling you about. And today I have something interesting for you. I will be talking about DevOps in the serverless age. For those of you who doesn't know what DevOps stands for or has probably very vague or brief understanding of what it is, I will try to give a comprehensive explanation at first. It is a really broad topic, and any article you will be Googling for, you will be searching for, they will be really massive. And right now I will try to give you less verbose explanation of what this term actually means. First thing to understand is that DevOps is not a person. It is a way of thinking. It is an ideology. It is like a hodgepodge of agile, continuous delivery, processes speed up, deployments, tooling, communication, and a lot of other areas. However, to sum it up in few words, DevOps is a role which helps people communicate faster and release more frequently with less pain in the ass. So you may have no dedicated DevOps person in your company, or probably you don't even know what it is, but if you start introducing CI tools, or if you're on Heroku and using delivery pipelines, you are already going towards the DevOps ideology. I really like the abbreviation CALMS, which stands for C, culture. Building a culture of being responsible for your own releases. It may sound weird for you if you're from the startups world like me, where you may have like 3 persons only in the team and obviously have your ownership of your code deployment. But for those who came from enterprise world, it can be some kind of mind shift. One more important thing in the culture part is that DevOps doesn't really solve technical issues. DevOps solves issues of people, issues developers have. Second thing, automatization. You see, I have 2 hands today. I can show you a letter. I think this is pretty descriptive word. One of DevOps areas is to make things more automated. If you want to release faster probably, you cannot afford yourself 3 hours builds or 1 week long queue for production deployment. So automatization makes it faster and make your release cycle shorter, and it has a great impact on the business. Third thing is L. Is it L for you or this L for you? This one. Okay. DevOps should constantly be aware of costs of your infrastructure and like ways to reduce it. And it also means making failures less harmful, less damaging and destructive for your business. And it's not only about security, it's also about how to recover fast. Like choosing backup systems or different replication schemas and a lot of different other things. Fourth one is M, measurement. It's the letter M. As easy to guess, DevOps also should take care of measurement of your performance, of your timings, load, and other params which you can measure. The main purpose of this is to help other people like development teams, like business, making decisions based on these metrics. Last thing is sharing, and I don't know how to show this letter to you. This probably, or again the opposite. Oh, it's the same? No, it's different. Huh? Like S stands for sharing. DevOps is not only about gaining knowledge, but also about sharing knowledge. So sharing, it was not about the sharing of your torrent, of your downloaded torrents. It was about sharing knowledge. What is the profit if you just read about that, if you was the first to read about that AWS Lambda introduces Golang support and it can reduce your costs if no one in your team has a clue about it? Yeah, you know it, and you just cannot leverage. You cannot make any impact. This knowledge cannot make any impact on your business, on your development team. So one of the main purposes of DevOps team, of DevOps role, is to share, to spread knowledge. Now knowing all this, things, all this abbreviation, you can measure, is your company really doing DevOps, or are your DevOps guys are doing DevOps and following the DevOps ideology. But for us, it's time to go further to the topic, and an article I was initially enjoying today before started reading about all this DevOps stuff. Because me, as you, I understand what DevOps is, but if I need to explain it to someone, it's better to prepare first. And the article, just to remind you, is about DevOps in the age of serverless. You may be confused, like, what the hell? Why this should be a topic? What is the problem in serverless age with DevOps? The thing is that in serverless architecture, you don't have servers anymore. So you don't have to set them up, you don't have to monitor them, you don't have to automate them. So everything is done for you by providers such as Amazon or Microsoft. The only thing you have to care about is how to glue your different Lambda functions all together. And this is not a trivial topic, actually. So the author was worrying about this topic, and not the topic of gluing Lambda functions together for sure, but about serverless age for DevOps. So he described his vision of the future, and it's quite bright for me. Let me name a few reasons he were telling about. First one, you should still deploy some things, and you can still improve your deployment process. Yes, probably for now it can looks really smooth and ideal, which I believe is not. But after half a year, there can be much better ways. And it happens constantly. We're living in software world, which constantly improving itself. There are new ideas, new approaches. So still you should have some person who is aware of it. And again, as it was for just DevOps in nowadays, it may be not a dedicated person, but it can be like ideology, like group of people or something like this. Tooling list is really long and massive. You don't need to imagine it. You can just open the AWS console, management console, and see this terrifying block of different services AWS provides to you. And so the DevOps, still the person who knows what technologies fit each other. Like, for example, it is the person who may suggest you considering, instead of Lambda fanouts, using maybe like persistence, and then using the polling via SQS. The third thing is that your company still has an infrastructure and probably multiple teams. So you most likely need someone, either some group of people, like group of team leads, or like one person, few persons, who will decide about how to make your infrastructure, your inter-service communications to be more congeneric, which is really a crucial aspect for a big team, for mid-sized to big team. The fourth thing is that your Lambda functions can be scaled up automatically and scaled out automatically as well. But you still should keep an eye on possible cost impacts. For example, you may have some outage and your Lambda function will be invoked recursively. Or another example, your amount of messages in message queue will grow fast, and it will be bloated, and your cost will be raised because of that. So it still will be one of the responsibilities of DevOps guy or DevOps team. And also this author tells his opinion that probably in the future DevOps team won't be a team, but it will be some people inside a agile cross-functioning team. Like, for example, now you have 2 backend developers, 3 front-end developers, designer, product manager, and now you will have DevOps integrated in team. And to be honest, I don't think that it's a consequence of the serverlessization. I believe it's just a way of how teams now structured in nowadays. It just doesn't make any sense if you have all your different team members, like front-end, back-end, designers, blah blah blah, in one team, and DevOps is somewhere above, like a separate. Like IT support, they're usually separated from the team because because they're not really in the product creation cycle. But DevOps team should be in this cycle. So it makes a lot of sense to integrate this DevOps professionals into the team. And there were much more things in the article, so I really encourage you to take a look if you are also aware and interested in this topic. However, if you are a novice and you're considering starting your career in an infrastructure area, or if you're just considering switching your focus from development to more, again, infrastructure, DevOps things, don't be afraid. Serverless will not kill DevOps idea or DevOps teams or DevOps role. Thank you, stay tuned, and don't forget to learn something new every day. And if you will subscribe, I can assure you that almost every day I will be providing you with a fresh tech news or just an interesting information I just discovered by myself. Or probably not discovered, but recalled, remembered, refreshed in my memory. See ya! Have all the best!